How's it going today, guys? It's Chrysalanius back here with our reoccurring guest star on this channel, Loveless. We're here to share an incredible moment with you guys coming up soon. One of us is going to be hitting level 50, and I will tell you, it's not me. Alright, so we're sitting down here with Ben so he can go over a little bit of what he's been doing in Pokemon Go, and I don't want to go too much into it because this is his moment, he's worked for it. But leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, and let us know what your journey to level 40 or level 50 has been like. We'd love to hear from you. Ben, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Today just ended the Bidoof day, so the 4 times catch was amazing.
Loved it. It was great.
I had senses going all day, and I'm throwing excellence all day as much as I could for 4,000, 9,000 each. So today was a huge bump on that last leg from 49 to chase to 50. A couple of things about me. I jumped in pretty late into the game. I downloaded it day one, but then I just stopped playing. I didn't start picking it up again into about 2019. But when I jumped in hard. I reached level 40, the 20 million points in approximately 130 days. And then just coasted and just played and helped Chris run some numbers and get him to 40 also.
Thanks for that.
Yes. Then first of the year, I reran some of my numbers, trying to figure out when I could actually get to level 50. Crunched some numbers, figured I need about an average of 400,000 experience points per day to achieve. From the first of the year, my original prediction said July 8th. And then today being July 1st, I am approximately, where are we at? Just over 400,000 away. So I think we have another video coming up in the next day or so. What we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and drop a couple lucky eggs. And then for you guys, I think we're going to go ahead and just evolve a bunch of shinies to help kind of get me that last push to 50. We'll just kind of scroll through a couple of the shinies that I got here. 1,400 of them.
Not a flex.
Most of them were all caught by me. I'm not real big on shading shinies. But there's a couple of re-rolls. But if we kind of look through all these, most of them haven't been evolved. So I think the next video and that last push to 50 for those last 200K, I think we're going to just do a massive evolve of all my shinies here. So if you guys are curious what some of the shinies look like in their other forms, stay tuned and we'll get those for you.
Now, to put in perspective what kind of work Ben has been doing, I started in October of 2019 on this account. Maybe it's 2018. But I started this before him, basically, and he's been grinding, taking it seriously as a trainer, and I'm level 46 right now. Let's see, my account was started October 25th of 2018. So you said you started 2019?
19.
So he's far outclassed me. I don't know why I'm the one with the YouTube channel, but we're joining him along for the ride to level 50.
To kind of show you guys what level 50 actually looks like, to kind of put into perspective and kind of compare them to some of your guys' medals. Why don't you guys kind of see what a level 50 account looks like as far as the total number of catches evolves, berries and everything else. So we'll kind of just go through them a little bit just to kind of see some of the numbers that, you know, we're kind of throwing up, something that you can expect to see for a level 50. I got 225,000 catches.
Jeez, dude. I just passed 100.
A lot of people like to do shiny checks. And there's nothing wrong with shiny checking. But if you're sitting at home and you're just shiny checking, you're missing out on free experience points for Pokemon that weren't going anywhere. You weren't going anywhere. So if you have the chance and you're just at home or you're kind of at the store or at the restaurant, catch a couple of Pokemon, here and there. All those experience points are just going to add up. Obviously, you're going to try to throw for your excellence and your greats. But yeah, I got 250,000 or 225,000 catches. Evolves 13,000. I realized I pushed real hard on these after first of the year when they played with the XP. Some of the upgrades in the XP, instead of being worth 500, they're now worth 1,000. In hindsight, big opportunities missed were like the Ghastly Community Day, MagChamp, all the ones that evolve for free. So, thinking back, playing with Chris for these community days, why didn't we just trade 200 of those Pokemon so that way we could just evolve it once and get the second one for free? Those were all just free experience points. You can go online and find out some of the other Pokemon that evolve for free. Shelmet, he evolves for free. And the one that turns into Excalibur.
Yeah, Shelmet, Abra, Ghastly, freaking... There's a couple of them. All the original ones from the games that you had to trade to another game to evolve, Pokemon Go is mimicking in-game. So basically just keep those in mind.
So yeah, keep them, hold them, drop a lucky egg. Spotlight hours, once a month, they give you the double evolve experience points. If you drop the 2 lucky eggs and you evolve for that full hour, I just did it last week or the week before. No joke, close to almost 500,000 in that 1 hour. So they adds up pretty quick. I have a problem with eggs. They got us pretty good last year with the egg events, Dragon Week. God, we were chasing so many of these things. I just broke 6,000 hatches. This one's obviously a little bit harder for most people because you got the incubators and the walking. I'm just lucky enough to be working 2 jobs, in which one of them gives me the opportunity to walk around a little bit more, so I can hatch a few more eggs every day. Pokestops, you do get experience points from Pokestops every time you spin them.
I do want to cut in real quick. They did just make a change as well that everybody has been talking about for the Pokestops when you spin a unique one. How much is it now?
I don't know.
I think you get, for spinning a unique Pokestop, if you have a lucky egg on, you might get close to 10,000 experience for that one unique stop. So if you're traveling and you're going to get a bunch of stops you haven't used before, take advantage of that, for sure.
Disney, go to Disneyland, Disney World, San Diego, any big touristy areas, turn on your game, you'll see hundreds of stops. So yeah, drop that egg and just walk by and just start spinning everything. But even at 125 XP, all of that will add up with 100,000 here. Gym battles, I don't battle as much as I want. I did start to push pretty hard towards the last couple of months because you can gain anywhere from it's like 150 to 300, sometimes 700 experience points per battle. So you take down a gym of full 6 3 times, stuff starts to add up. I was chasing Pikachus like crazy. Let's see, raids. I raid hard. 2,125 legendary raids. Some of the big raids on these, Rayquaza, the first release of those last year, or in 2019, I did 132 of those.
132.
Genesect, I didn't get my first shiny Genesect until close to raid 90, 60, 70. I don't know, but I did 100 of those plus the Regigigases that were just out. I just did about 70 of those.
And how many shinies did you get?
I have the first run of Rayquaza, I got 10. I have 4 Genesects. I have 12 Regigigases.
I did 40 raids with 1, dude.
Yeah, it was starting to get crazy. The remote raids obviously contributed to this, the achieving of this goal. I obviously had to put money into it to get this many raids. But like I said, I work 2 jobs. I want to spend a little bit of money on myself. Most of these raids were just shiny chasing. We was a couple months ago we had the extra XP for raids, the extra 25%, so that kind of helped out a lot too. Berries, I think this is a kind of an interesting one to kind of look at. A lot of people, when they're clearing out their item space, the first thing you trash, berries. You're like, I never use berries because I'm quick catching. I don't want to have to switch over to a berry, or I just don't want to switch over to a berry. If you can, and you're near a gym, or if you have a Pokemon in a gym, drop berries in. They're good for, I think, 30 XP each, as well as the Stardust that you get for it. So instead of just trashing any of your berries, maybe consider dropping them into some gyms if you have an opportunity. You can drop 100. You can drop 100 berries every half hour. So you can clear out one full gym and just start burying them, and it opens up a bunch of space while getting the XP and the Stardust. Gym hours, 35,000. A bunch of field researches. That's kind of like where my shinies come into play.
We got a lot of those built up during the Halloween event last time while we were hunting for shiny Spirit Tome.
Spirit Tome was crazy. Win 2 raids. It was catch 15 dark or 15 ghost, something like that. We went out chasing for days. It was out for a week. I got mine by day 4, day 5. Chris was a little bit behind, but we went out day 6, day 7, and we didn't stop until he got his. So always chasing those special researches that they have out. I think this also contributes a lot to the XP that I've gained. 106 best friends. If you drop Lucky Egg on any of these, that's what is that? 10,000 or 10 million points already right there. I don't know my math.
I'm working on it.
200,000 times 100.
So if you don't use a Lucky Egg, it's 10,600,000. If you do use a Lucky Egg for all 106 of those, you would get
21.2.
21.2, which is ungodly.
And then what else is interesting about that particular number is you got to remember the just before best friends, the ultra friends. Those are worth 50k, 100k with the egg, and then you got the 3,000 for just a new friend, and then the 10,000 for the good friend. So if you can time everything just right, drop some lucky eggs, you got 4 different opportunities to double the XP on all of those friends. We got some trades. I have been getting into the PvP. I do enjoy my snapshots. Purifying. I do a lot of Team Rockets. For whatever reason, I purified 2,100 Pokemon.
That had to cost you.
The Stardust already is crazy on that. The number of defeated, 2,300. So that's pretty crazy. Let's see. I got the different species already. I gotta go on vacation at some point so I can try and reach the last of the unique stops.
That might be the one badge I have you beaten. I think I'm 15.
I don't think that number has changed in 6 months. I was really upset after the community day for Magikarp because I had already achieved the 500 I need, or the 300 I needed.
Sorry.
But now they want me to get to 1,000. So now we need another Magikarp community day. Chasing the rats. With both of these badges, the reason why I kind of go through all the badges is as I'll kind of go through some of the requirements that you'll need to achieve in each of the levels 40 to 50. But with these 2 badges, if you have an extra large Magikarp or a tiny rat, keep them. Trade them to your friends because those will also trigger these numbers. So instead of trying to catch 1,000 of them by yourself, get a friend, have them trade them. It's another way to kind of sneak a couple extra large fish and tiny rats into your.
And another thing about that is, if you guys are playing together and you catch a Magikarp or rat that's whatever size appropriate, you can tell them, and you guys can trade the same, and that one catch will count for 2. Easy money.
Regular raids, obviously, I raided real hard for the legendaries. Only recently have I started to kind of really try and chase the 1s and 3s, mostly the 1s. They've had a couple of really good events recently. The Rufflet, I tried to chase some of those. The Zigzagoon, I really wanted that blue-red one. Still chasing him. So I'm working on those. What else do you have in here? Raids with friends. I think that's pretty much most of those the badges that we want. So my big takeaway to really help grind out the XP, other than the friends, is the catch and the evols. Just save a bunch of Pokemon that you can evolve, tag them somehow, wait for those spotlight hours, and then just drop an egg and just evolve for a bunch. So those are my 2 big suggestions. Is shiny check-in is great, but if you can catch it, catch it. And then just save up a bunch of Pokemon, get those candies from all those extra catches, and then start evolving them.
What does your Pokédex look like?
Ooh.
Pokédex numbers.
All right. I'm missing 2. One of them is the Yawmask from this last Halloween. I didn't evolve it yet. I don't know why, just because I was watching.
Fair enough.
It's going to take a second to load. And I don't know what else I'm missing. So yeah, I'm missing this guy. And then the keys from France.
Clef key.
So we're just waiting for the rest of them. Had a couple of friends that were able to. I did some traveling that were able to give me some of these those rare regionals. Funny enough, I did a couple of the safari zones last year where they had a couple of the regionals through those, so I was able to snag a couple of those. So yeah, my Pokédex looking pretty solid right now. We're just waiting for them to update and keep sending me some new stuff so I can catch them and evolve them.
And finally release freaking Kecleon.
He's the only one missing from that one gen.
Dude, I know.
Real quick, we'll kind of just go over real quick what the road to 40, the road to 50 kind of looks like. So you kind of saw what my numbers look like, but with each level, there are now specific requirements to kind of progress forward instead of just the XP. The first one at 41, you need to power up a legendary 20 times, the raids 30, catch 200 Pokemon in a day, and then earn the 5 gold medals on top of the 6 million XP. 42, you got to evolve all the EVs. With the new Sylveon out, this is going to include that, I believe, soon, if not already. But then you got to use items to evolve the 3 excellent throws. I don't know if that's in a row or not. I think it's just 3 excellent throws.
Yeah, I think it's just straight.
And then the 200 berries. 43, you got the Stardust. You need to earn. Easy ways to earn that. Use the berries. The PvP, you get Stardust in each of those 2. And then the Spotlight hours that give you the double Stardust. So those are all some easy ways to help gain those extra Stardust. The super effective charges, catch 5 legendaries, 5 platinum medals. Moving into 44, 30 was that trainer battles, great, ultra, and master, and then 20 overall go battle. Let's see, 45. This one here, I will admit, 45 was bought and paid for. I did not want to spend a lot of time chasing Team Rocket stops.
You already had the experience for 45 too, right? You were just chasing the task.
Yeah, I think I was. I think right around 46 is where I kind of I capped out. So to kind of just really push through 45, I used some of my coins from the gyms, and I'd buy the rocket radars to kind of help get those. But I also had the Woopert Day, the Team Rocket event. So I may or may not have called off that day, or I think I might have taken it off. But I ended up walking the park and achieved probably between 80 and 90 Team Rockets on that one day to kind of help complete the overall the 100 grunts. And then each of those I kind of filtered into the 50 liters. This one is probably the most discouraging. This one takes probably the longest as far as like the actual tasks itself, because you got to find a Pokestop that has a rocket on it. Then you got to find 6 of those. Then you got to find a leader, and so this one is a large grind.
And it was made even harder depending when you hit level 45, or I guess 44 to 45, right? Depending when you hit that threshold, there was a point where Team Go Rocket was just glitching in the game, and you couldn't battle any of them. Leaders, boss, grunts. So you got stalled there if you were in the middle of that level.
So it's nice that you have the balloons, but you only get, 4 of those a day. So if you time it right, you still don't even get 1 leader per day. But do what you can. Definitely keep an eye out on some of any Team Rocket events that they have. They had a Team Rocket Spotlight Hour event going on where balloons kept dropping as often as you needed them for that hour. So hopefully they bring those back a little bit to kind of help boost some of those Team Rocket encounters. Moving into your 46s, 100 tasks, for me a little bit easy. I typically only chase for the encounter tasks, but the 7 snapshots after that, the 50 excellence. I wasn't super good at excellence up to this point, but this test definitely helped me kind of tweak my curveball throwing to make sure I can start really snagging those excellence again. And then the hatch the 30 eggs. Who else we got? 47. Win 30 unique raids. Using unique species. So that's 1, no duplicates on your raid team. 1 to 3-star solo, so those are pretty easy. What's that? Power up 3.
Well, with that 3-star raid, using Pokemon with 1500 CP or less, you don't actually have to solo it.
You don't.
Which is pretty good.
You just piggyback and jump in on somebody. So thank you. Power up 3 Pokemon to their max CPs. This is way easier to do now than when I first got to 47. Now they're just giving out XL candies like crazy. You can walk buddies for XL candies. All your raids are giving out like 3 for all your legendary raids. I was grinding. We had to chase Snovers and Woopers. There was another little trick that we found early on where I could power it up, or Chris powers up a Pokemon to level 45, and then I power it up the last of the way. So he drops 150 XL candies, and then I kind of just power up the last 150 XL candies. For this one, if anybody has access to a Switch, Let's Go Pikachu, or the app, the Pokemon Home app, get access to your Melton boxes. Every Melton you catch is good for at least 3 XL candies. So if you're not here yet, drop a Melton every 3 or 4 days, catch them, and by the time you get to 47, you'll be able to fully evolve 3 Meltons at worst. But it's the easiest way to kind of get XL candies if you're on this task.
I'd also recommend, if you're using the Meltan boxes, look out for the Spotlight Hour that has double catch candy. And if you're not interested in shiny chasing that Pokemon, you won't have a chance to shiny chase Meltan unless they say you specifically can. But that'll be another way to expedite that whole process.
All right, we got 48, 10 souvenirs. What's interesting with the souvenirs is I think you need to have your buddy at the second heart. Start leveling up your buddies right now, because what's interesting is if you get them to the 2 and the 3 hearts, even if you don't go back to them, they're still collecting those souvenirs. So if you have a Pokemon that you had like you first used, months ago, if you put it back into as your buddy, you'll have that souvenir for you. So what was interesting with me was I got 8 in my first day because I had a bunch of best buddies and a bunch of great buddies. So I just switch over to them and they're just dropping the souvenirs for me. The 30 hearts, those are always pretty easy. Just feed it, play with it, take a picture, take the next one. And you can do 20 Pokemon a day. So those are a little bit easy. It's a little tedious. What's interesting with this one that I think a lot of people aren't doing is the battle with your buddy. If you do a raid, even if it's a solo raid that you can do by yourself, put your buddy in the 6th spot. Let him get credit for the raid. If you're raiding legendaries and you're in a lobby full of 10, 11, 12, 15 people, put your buddy in. Might as well. It's 1 extra heart, and you can just drop it in there. You didn't do anything, so it's just 1 extra heart. You do that enough, it all starts to add up. Walk 25 kilometers in 8 weeks. This was an interesting level because you couldn't achieve it faster than 8 weeks. So what was kind of nice about this was it gave me a chance to kind of slow down a little bit instead of just really pushing and grinding. You're 49. What is this one? 10 trades, kind of easy. The 300 kilometers apart's a little bit rough. Easy way to do that, friend eggs. Your friend eggs that are international, from a different state, a different country, those will count towards the 300 kilometers apart. Chris and I, we really want the 10 million trade. Yeah. So we went online, tried to find some buddies in Japan and Australia that are worth 9 to 10K each.
Another good thing is using your remote passes. If you have some foreign friends who are doing raids, just hop in for a couple of them. You don't have to do the legendaries. But yeah, if you've got those remote passes, you can go in for like a Galarian Zigzagoon. Say it's not shiny, but it's from Tokyo. There you go. It doesn't even have to be from Tokyo because you just need 300 kilometers, which is easy to do with remote raids.
Send 500 gifts. A little bit slow, but it's nice is that your buddy brings you gifts every day. So this one is kind of just a small grind. Kind of just every day knockout, 10 or 15, 20, 30 I think is the max. But this one's just a little bit of a grind. If you haven't gotten your 35 platinum medals, no rush on any of these. Just take your time, get some friend eggs, put them in the incubator, walk, because these 35 are going to be crazy. What's nice about the 35 platinum medals, what we didn't kind of show here, is it does take into account the specific typing. These will count towards that 35. So earlier when I said catch everything, if you can just catch everything, all those will go towards these platinums, in which you need 2,500 of each different type of Pokemon. So catch those. These will add towards that 35. And then the last one, to get to level 50, I need 1,000 excellent throws. I did this in about 5 days. I pushed really hard for it. I don't know why, because I still don't have the XP for it. I got the legendaries, defeat Team Rocket leaders using 2,500 or less. What's super interesting about this one is if you use 2,500 or less, the team that the leaders use will nerf down to compensate comparatively to if you used all 40s. So if you go in with a bunch of 25s, it brings their Pokemon down to match. So you're not going to get completely outclassed. And then reach level 10 and go Battle League. So I was able to do that. I've been doing Battle League pretty much since they did a hard push on it back in season 1. But those are everything that you're going to need to get to 50. It is kind of a grind. In no way do I suggest anybody to try to do it as fast as me. But as you're playing, look ahead to what the next level, next 2 levels, next 3 levels are. Because, like I said, you might have the XP, but you might get to this place where you're like, oh, I don't have all the catches. I need 10 more platinum medals, but I don't have all my ice or all my dragons or all my fairies. Start catching those because they keep coming out some of these different events. So really take advantage of some of these events. We had the poison event a couple of weeks ago. So look ahead a little bit, kind of see what it is that you'll need. So instead of just trashing a bunch of trashy friend egg Pokemon, keep them because you're going to need them for the trades later. But I think that's pretty much all I got. I think if I should, like I said, I should get to it tomorrow, to level 50. If I can get to it tomorrow, that will put me 855 days since I started playing real hard. It's 2 years, 4 months, and 4 days to reach level 50. It's a bit aggressive. It's definitely it's not something that everybody can do, and I understand that. But hopefully this video kind of helps you guys out a little bit as far as showing you guys some of the numbers that you guys are going to need to kind of reach that level 50. If you're way short on the catches, maybe consider start trying to catch a little bit more, a little less on the shiny chasing. Get out there, start spinning, start feeding, and definitely do some of those evolves.
Well, guys, I couldn't have said it better than he did myself. We just hope this video helped you guys realize what the grind to level 50 really is going to look like. Huge congratulations to Ben for getting so close to it. I know he's been taking this pretty seriously, more seriously than anybody should, as he said. But we're real excited to see it happen, and he's been a huge part of making the content that I make for you guys, giving me the information, giving me some good tips to share with you guys. So I wanted to kind of share this moment with the channel for him. So thank you guys for joining us.
As I kind of scroll through these, if you guys leave some comments on which Pokemon you want to see me evolve, for sure. I'm going to try and time it to about an hour, so I can evolve maybe about 100, 120 different Pokemon for that last push. But if there's anything that you see that you've never seen the shiny of, let me know. Put them in the comments. I'll make sure we tag it. Maybe I'll name it after you. So leave your comments in there. But I have so many shinies. I got everything. Not everything. I never caught a Melton. Go figure. A couple of them keep evading us. But that's half the fun. Is out there chasing the ones that keep getting away.
That's true.
Well, I thank you guys for listening. Like I said, keep an eye out for the next couple of days. We'll have the 100 shiny evolve race to 50 coming up in the next couple of days for you guys. So you guys see all the animations, and you guys can be part of that day with me.